Hi guys, this is George back here with another video and welcome to another video here in Planet Coaster working on World of Adventure. We're getting close to the end of the series now, so this is going to be the final episode working on my China themed area of the park. And then in the next episode, I'm going to be starting work on the final themed area, which I'll talk about later. So of course, at the moment, you can see some buildings going in just here. This is going to be where you can go and get some different food. There's going to be toilets and all sorts of other facilities here as well in the area. This is a big area, so I wanted to make sure that there's a lot of facilities inside this area. So you don't need to walk too far away to go and get food or go to the toilet or whatever. Of course, if this was a real theme park, then you don't want to be walking really across the other to the other side of the park to go to the toilet or whatever. This is a big theme park, so I wanted to make sure that there were lots of facilities around. So yeah, this is one of the biggest areas I've built in the park. And then also in this episode, you're going to see another coaster get built. I'm going to be building a junior coaster in this episode, of course. In the last episode, I built the B&M Flawless coaster, which is the thrill coaster of this area. And then, yeah, you're going to see a junior coaster getting built later on. So, yeah, one of the last coasters I'm going to be building in this series. In fact, something I was going to talk about, of course. So, with Planet Coaster 2 getting released in literally a week's time as of recording this, I wanted to make sure that this series was finished before Planet Coaster 2 was released because once Planet Coaster 2 is released, something tells me I'm not going to be wanting to play Planet Coaster 1 as much. So, yeah, I'm going to be spending a lot of time on Planet Coaster 2. In fact, on the release day, that's literally all I plan to do. I'm literally just going to go on Planet Coaster 2 for the whole day. That's all I plan on doing that day. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that and just experimenting with the game and seeing it all for the first time. But yeah, I did want to make sure that this series was finished before Planet Coaster 2 was released. And that does mean making some cutbacks to my original plan. So I didn't want to have to do this. However, there's absolutely not a chance I was going to finish the park to exactly how I wanted it before Planet Coaster 2 was released. There were other rides I wanted to build, that mainly in the next area that I'm going to be building. As well as that, there was also a dark ride in the Swiss area that I hadn't built yet. I put the ride system in, however, I hadn't built the actual show building and all the theming and the scenes yet. That I've also decided to scrap from my original plans because I just haven't got enough time for it. I just want to finish this area, finish the next area, and then move on to Planet Coaster 2. I definitely will be doing another series in Planet Coaster 2. I don't know when that's going to start because I don't know if I want to just have the first day of the game to kind of just experiment with the game and see what it's like and get a feel for it, or whether I should film my first time playing it and kind of show that, or maybe like have an episode where I just experiment with the game and then start the series of building a proper theme park later on. I don't know what's going to happen yet. I don't know my plan. However, in the finale of this episode, I will talk a bit more about that because I plan to release the finale of this series the day before Planet Coaster 2 releases. So the 5th of November, I'm planning for that to be uploaded. So yeah, there's going to be this episode, then there's going to be three more episodes after this one, two working on a big dark ride in my next area, and also another coaster as well. It's going to be a small coaster. I was planning on building a big coaster in this area. That's another thing that I have scrapped from my original plans. However, there'll definitely be lots of coaster building in Planet Coaster 2. There's lots of new coasters in there that we haven't got in this game. Vekoma Tilt coasters in there. I'm looking forward to building one of them. And also we got like drop tracks and switch tracks in Planet Coaster 2 that I'm really looking forward to using. So yeah, there'll definitely be lots of coaster building in that. But there will be one more coaster coming up in my next themed area. It'll be a family coaster. And I am looking forward to building it because it's something that I haven't really built before it on this scale. I've definitely used this ride system before. However, I've always built them as a thrill coaster and I've never built them as a family coaster. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this is going to turn out and try something a little bit different with this because normally this manufacturer is known for doing thrill coasters. Anyway, whilst I've been talking all about that, you can see that the buildings have gone in on the other side of the area, and I've also completed the layout for my junior coaster just here. So you can see it's got two lift hills just there. You've got the first lift hill that's going to take you around a lake, and then you've got this other section here towards the back of the layout where it's going to be some quite uh, intense terrain work. So basically, originally I was going to build the station as a normal building, but then I decided, you know what? I want to have the station as a hill because this was kind of like my Dragon's Den themed area of the park. And I don't know, I wanted some terrain work done around here, and I thought the station made out of a hill might be quite good for that. So in a minute, you're going to see me literally just build a massive hill around this station. So you can see here my original building that was going in. I was originally just going to do another similar building to like the other coaster station, but then I decided no, I want to make a hill for this station. So that's exactly what I do. There we go. I was debating because there wasn't a lot of space to build a hill, so I had to move the coaster a bit further back, and then yeah, building the queue line did take some time to kind of fit around. Of course, I've tried to fit this into quite a small plot of land, so it wasn't the easiest to try and squeeze in. However, you can see that at the moment the queue and exit are on the same side of the station. I do move the queue line to the other side of the station just to save space basically, because the terrain just wasn't looking very good with the queue line there. So I thought if I build it the other side, then I've got more space for the terrain work. So here we go. You can see all that happening now. You've got a bit of a tunnel after that first drop when you go into the helix. And then, yeah, on the other side of the coaster layout, there's going to be a big lake, and there's going to be some dragon animatronics as well on each side of the layout. Here we go. You can see the queue line going in just here. This also took a bit of time trying to kind of wrap it around the coaster layout and make sure it was not getting too close and also in the way of the terrain. There we go. So I had to make a hole in the station just there to build the queue line out of, and then I'm just filling that back in there as well, making sure that it's all blocked off so you can't see off into the Mexican area, because of course that's literally right on the other side of this hill. So I want to make sure these areas stay immersive, no being able to look over the hill and seeing into the other areas. Obviously, if it's a tall ride, then it's a bit more unavoidable, but with something like that, then yeah, I wanted to make sure it was nice and immersive. Here we go. You can see the first of two dragon animatronics going in just here now. Originally, my placement of that wasn't very good, so I moved it a bit because its tail was moving through the support beam. So I thought that wasn't very realistic. So I moved it a bit. There we go. There's the second dragon going in just there. Changing the colors of it as well to fit more with the Chinese theme. And there we go. So you're about to see the lake go in as well a bit later. That's going to happen. So a lot is going to happen in this episode. And this is the start of my next project now. So as you can see, here is a monorail that's now going in. So the idea with this is that this monorail, you'd get on at the entrance of the park, and then it would take you over to the Chinese hotel. Because, I mean, it's a long walk to the hotel. If this was a real theme park, guests might not want to walk all the way there, or they might not be able to walk there. So, yeah, if this was real, then you'd have a monorail that might take them there to make things a lot easier. Of course, the hotel does have its own entrance into the park. However, once again, if this was a real theme park, you wouldn't necessarily be going into the theme park. You might just want to go into this kind of shopping district area, which you've got here, get on the monorail and go straight to the hotel and like drop your bags off or something before you go into the theme park. That's normally what, like when I go to Alton Towers and stay on site there, the first thing I do is go to the hotel, drop my bag off, and then go into the park. So I never go into the park with my overnight stuff and like carrying it around the park with me. That's just an inconvenience. So yeah, if this was a real theme park, then that would make the lives of guests much easier. This whole project, I've gone about with that mindset. I wanted to think, what if this was a real theme park? What would it be like? What would happen? And how would this run? That's the kind of mindset I've had with this project right from the start. So I've tried to make it as realistic as possible. So yeah, I think I've done a good job with that. I'm really happy with the way that the park's turning out. I'm really happy with all the different areas and the shopping district, of course, the monorail. I was originally going to build like a tracked ride on the ground, like a kind of shuttle bus kind of thing that would take you to the hotel. But then I thought, actually, I don't think I really like the look of that. I started building it, and it was just this massive long straight line. of track, and I thought I don't think I really like the look of that, so I thought a monorail would look a lot better, and therefore that's what I settled on. You can see now me doing lots of landscaping around here, lots of trees and flowers going around, making it look a bit like a Chinese garden around here. So the big lake just there that the coaster goes around, lots of trees around the monorail just here as well. You can see the station, both stations are complete for that now. So you've got the station in the Chinese area just next to the hotel, and then you've got the station right at the entrance of the park as well, which is a much more basic station because this area doesn't really have a theme. It's just buildings. It's like if you've been to Universal and gone down City Walk, it's just random kind of buildings down there. They're not really themed into whatever rides or areas they have in the park. It's just standard brands with standard looking buildings. So that was what I was trying to do with this area. So therefore, yeah, there's not really a particular theme going on with this area. But of course, the other station is right next to the Chinese hotel. So I wanted to make sure that that fit in with the area. So here we go. You can see this other station going in just here now. So I will put some windows on there in a minute. You can see me just making sure that that was at the right height, so there was enough clearance for the monorail to actually exit the station. And there we go. So got a bit of a roof going in here. I was going to use those flat panel roof. However, then I thought actually I want to use something a bit different. So I went with these ones instead, and you can see another layer of walls going up just here as well, making it look a bit more interesting and different rather than just a big flat rectangle basically. So there we go. You can see all that going in just there as well. So yeah, in this episode, you're going to see the Chinese area complete. In fact, it pretty much is complete by this point. I just need to put in the bins and benches around the area and also some lighting as well. So in a minute, by the end of the episode, I switch the whole thing to night and put all of the lighting in there. So we've got loads of yellow lighting around the hotel and then red lighting in the main area itself, which I'm really happy with the look of. I think it looks really good at night. There we go. More trees going in just here, just filling the space up. I don't want you to be able to just look out and see nothing from the path. Here we go. You can see all the different bins going in just here now. The benches are already there. And then shortly, you're also going to be seeing some lighting going in. Here's an entrance portal for the observation tower, Sky Temple. This one's called. This was the name that was already in the game. It already came as. It's rare that you place a ride down because, of course, in Planet Coaster it already has a name, and then you can change it if you want to. It's rare that I'll keep the name that it comes with, and then because normally I come up with my own thing, and I thought Sky Temple. I really like the sound of that. Of course, like a Chinese temple, it looks like. So I thought that worked absolutely perfectly. So I didn't need to come up with my own name for that one. I have come up with my own name for the junior coaster though. So I've decided to call that Flight School, and the idea with that is that you're learning to fly with a baby dragon. That was my idea. That's the story with this. So you're going off with a baby dragon and you're learning to fly with a baby dragon. There's the story for the junior coaster. Of course, you've got Soaring Dragon, which is the big thrill coaster. That's a big adult dragon that already knows how to fly. That's like you're going for a ride on the dragon's back, going through this crazy adventure. Whereas with this one, it's like right at the basics, you're learning to fly with this little baby dragon. That was the story with that. And I thought that worked really well with the junior coaster. I thought that was really cute. So I decided I wanted to go with that. And it was great as well because the train for that junior coaster was already a dragon as well. So it just fit in with the area absolutely perfectly. In fact, that was the reason why I wanted to build a junior coaster because it already had the dragon train. So I thought, you know what, that's going to fit in absolutely perfectly with this area. And to be honest, there's not really a junior coaster in this park. It's like we've got some family coasters, but there's not really a kind of starter coaster. So I wanted to make sure there was a small coaster that you could then build your way up to some of the bigger coasters. Here we go, lots of lighting going in just here now for the final couple minutes of the episode. You can see me working over by Soaring Dragon, putting all the red lighting in. You saw the yellow lighting going in over by the hotel, and then yeah, all the red lighting around the main area itself. So you can see here just me moving the different lights around and then duplicating them. There's some great tools in Planet Coaster. This duplicating tool is really good. I really hope we see that in Planet Coaster 2. I assume we will because it is very useful. And yeah, there's loads of other cool different tools that are going to be in Planet Coaster 2 that I'm really looking forward to. The amount of time I spent putting all these trees down, it took ages. But in Planet Coaster 2, we're going to have the scenery brush where you can just place all the different trees down and it literally takes about 2 seconds. So I'm so excited for that because I can't even tell you how much time I have spent placing down trees in this series, and not just this series, but all my other series as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But there we go. So there is the final bits of lighting coming in now. And that is now pretty much the end of this episode here. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at George Kelly and follow me on Twitter at George Kelly. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, everyone, and I will see you all later. Bye.